Hello everyone, I am Dan Nevins. I'm Basecamp brand ambassador and a spokesperson for Wounded Warrior Project. And Basecamp is proud to partner with Wounded Warrior Project in supporting its mission to honor and empower wounded warriors. They are continuing, Basecamp, Sweda, is continuing to donate at least $100,000 each calendar year to support that mission of Wounded Warrior Project to honor and empower wounded warriors. And I just want to tell you what that means to me. Now, I want to say, as far as dollars go, that impact is tremendous. And for the size of the company of Sweda and that level of donation is industry leading. It's world leading. The Sweda team are committed to this mission. And I didn't know that until I met them, I think 6 years ago now, and started this journey as Basecamp brand ambassador. But before that, I started my journey with Wounded Warrior Project when I met them at my hospital bedside at Walter Reed Army Medical Center in 2004. Just a week before meeting them, I was severely injured in an improvised explosive attack that ultimately killed my good friend, Sergeant First Class Mike Adelini. And as a result of that same explosion, I lost both legs below the knee and lived with a traumatic brain injury. And my whole world was shattered and turned upside down and inside out, and I didn't know what my life was going to be like. I was questioning everything. And by the time I got to Walter Reed and was met by Wounded Warrior Project at my hospital bedside with a backpack and a promise that whatever I needed or whatever my family needed, they would be there for me. And that backpack was a vinyl single direction zipper heat transfer one color logo promotional item that somebody just like you made. It wasn't the industry leading product, but it was full of everything that I didn't know that I needed. And that gift, that memento that someone just like you created, changed my life. And it forever formed a relationship between myself and Wounded Warrior Project, because they not only fulfilled on that promise that whatever I needed or whatever my family needed, is they listened. They listened to the emerging needs of wounded warriors and their families, and that's why they are so trusted today. Wounded Warrior Project, when I met them, had 3 founders, all who left their jobs to start this organization, and 1 paid employee. And they were right in the heart and the thick of things at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, doing whatever they could to make sure that wounded warriors were honored and empowered. And then today, that same listening and care and attention goes to the over 180,000 warriors and families that Wounded Warrior Project serves every single day. And that couldn't happen without amazing brands like Basecamp stepping up and saying, I'll do what I can to help. And then people like you making it happen every single day by supporting the brands that support people like me. And I got to tell you this, I had no idea what I was in for when I went to go speak. See, I'm a professional storyteller, professional speaker, and I got invited to go speak at Sweda's annual sales meeting because they were talking about challenging. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And I got to speak for 2 hours, which I thought was crazy. I was like, that's cruel and unusual punishment. Not because I don't think I do a good job telling stories, but because it was first thing in the morning and people had all this coffee and it's breakfast. And I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? But I have to tell you this, as a result of that story that I got to share, all of the eyes of the people sitting in those chairs, the Sweda team that you all know and work with, were full of tears and full of this energy and passion to say, like, we want to do something. That wasn't the intention of me showing up. That I was just there to tell a story and then leave. But they didn't let it happen. The whole team was so energized and engaged. They said, we have to do something. And that's what's great about cause marketing. And not as a fact of like, hey, what company can I partner with so that we will look good in some sort of advertising campaign. Different than that. What happened at Sweda headquarters those years ago was people who cared said, we are going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And so they asked me to help them. And in turn for them helping me and my little Warrior Spirit Retreat nonprofit, I would gladly take all the donations of products they were giving me and the money that I needed. And as time grew, they wanted to start small. And my organization is always going to be small and still do exactly what's needed to help heal the invisible wounds of war using yoga, horsemanship, golf, and nature. But Basecamp needed a better partner. So I couldn't wait to introduce them to Wounded Warrior Project and make the connection for this partnership that is the right partnership. Because Basecamp can fill the needs and fill those big orders and do all of those things for your customers and your clients. And Wounded Warrior Project is serving the warriors and families in all of those neighborhoods, all across the entire country. It is the perfect relationship, and I am so excited to be a part of that. It makes my heart happy to know that because of people like you and brands like Basecamp, that those people who are still in the hospital right now are getting the help and empowerment that they need to make their lives the best it can possibly be after a period of amazing service. So I just want to say thank you. And I'm still leading retreats, and I'm still committed to teaching yoga, mindfulness, and meditation to all people, and especially veterans, active duty, and first responders. These are my people. They're our people. And there isn't enough that we can do to say thank you. And with that, I just want to say thank you. It's because of you that Basecamp can deliver that $100,000 plus to Wounded Warrior Project. And it's because of Wounded Warrior Project that people like me can go on to live inspired lives of contribution and of service. So on behalf of myself and my family, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this effort, and I can't wait to see you next year in person in Las Vegas.